Hello, my name is Ivan, aka Superfly, and today we're going to do an unboxing and a review of the brand new DJI Phantom 3 Professional Edition. Alright, so once you open the box, you'll notice that the box is about 15 by 15 inches long and wide, and it's a very nice packaging. It seems very sturdy. So the new controller, as you can see, is a completely redesigned controller, very similar to Inspire 1 design. So the new buttons, you have exposure, picture and media buttons on one side, you have tilt video and flight mode on the other side, you have the power, you have the adjustable clamp that once you press the button on the right side, it will actually pop up for you. Make sure to remove the plastic before you actually press the button, because the plastic will hold it in place. The antennas are completely foldable, as you'd expect. It's a very solid feeling remote control. Now onto the main unit. This is the brand new DJI. It looks very similar to the older models. It is slightly different. You can see that the camera is different. It has the locking little pin in place, the plastic pin, and it has a little bit of foam in the back to hold it all in place during the transportation. You see that the brand new battery, it is a different voltage this time around, so you cannot use your old batteries. There's also an SD card slot and a micro USB slot on each and every side. Next in the package you'll find 8 props. I pulled out 4 out of the baggie. You have an extra set of props in case you break them. They're very easy to put in. You also have a USB to micro USB cable, which you will connect your device with. With this Pro version you get a 100-watt power supply. And you have a little box filled with a wrench and extra rubbers and gaskets for the dampening system. This box is a very nice way to transport your DJI until you get some sort of backpack or maybe a suitcase to transport it better. Line up the battery with the opposite side from the remote control. When placing the top, align the antennas from the remote to the antennas of the top piece. And then it will close off very nice and it will sit there nice and tight. Alright, so I had this helicopter for 4 days now, and I've never had any of the DJI products before. This is the first Phantom I ever had in my hands. I had different helicopters, tricopters, just single rotor copters that I've flown before, but this would be the first quad I ever flown. First, right off the bat, I noticed that it is extremely easy to use because you have the auto takeoff, auto land features, which take away the scary parts from every flying experience. And as you can see, it's extremely steady. And as I come in and try to push it around and try to off balance it, it will just keep the same position. If it has the good GPS lock, it will hover in the same spot and it will not budge. You can see the throttle response is very nice, very crisp. It's very easy to control the DJI. It does not drift around. It will fight the wind currents. It is windy outside and it will compensate very well, and it's very steady. Right now I'm rocking the stick left and right as hard as I can and forward and backwards, and it keeps the same 15-degree angle left and right without letting you tip over. The gimbal does an absolutely wonderful job steadying the video. You can see the rotation is smoothed also by the gimbal. Once again, the throttle response is very good. It picks up speed very well, and it is very controllable. This was my maybe 5th time flying the thing, and it was very easy to control at this point and very intuitive. And then here you see I left the controller behind completely, and I just took the camera and went a little bit closer to take a closer look at our DJI Phantom. And as you can see, the remote control is just chilling there on the trunk, and I am filming the DJI meanwhile. So it is very, very good at holding the position, holding the altitude. It uses all of the sensors, all the new sensors to make sure to measure the distance between the ground and itself under 3 meters. It will hold the position very well, even against the wind and other elements. Alright, so this is me flying the helicopter early in the morning. It's a very foggy day, and I want to see how well I can see through the new app and through my cell phone. And you can see I let go of the controls completely, and it will just sit there and hover, and the gimbal just absorbs everything. And no matter how much I move it, it's very steady shots for very steady pans, and picture quality is still pretty good, even though there's very little sunlight right now. It's cloudy and it's very, very foggy. You will see once I raise the elevation how much fog there is. Also, word of caution, if you are flying in fog, remember that it is moisture and it will be collected on your aircraft, so do not fly for too long in the fog, because your aircraft will get wet and you do run the possibility of getting it damaged. Alright, so this is the second video, and on this video it's also cloudy day, but it's clear, and you can see that if you smoothly turn the camera, it gives you very, very good steady results. It's very windy outside right now, and you can hear the quad fighting against the wind, but the gimbal remains completely steady, and you can see these shots just look smooth and flawless. In order to achieve the best shots, I would recommend rotating and tilting the camera as slow as you can to achieve that professional look. Alright, now onto some things that you have to watch out for. In a quadcopter, because the blades are very closely spaced, if you're accelerating hard, the wind is blowing at you. The aircraft will try to compensate very hard, and you have to make sure that when this happens, your camera is not tilted all the way up, because you will see propellers and you will see the motors in your shot. In this video, we're flying almost at nighttime. There's barely any light as it is, and the camera still picks up quite a lot of detail. It's not as sharp and beautiful as it is during daytime, but that is to be expected. So don't expect this camera to perform very well nighttime. Altogether, I love this aircraft so far. I did not have any major issues with it. It's very steady, very easy to use. Everybody who flew it with or without any experience had no trouble managing this thing, and as you can see, it's very easy to take very nice professional looking shots with very little practice, and the more you fly it, the better you will get, and the possibilities are very, very nice. Alright, so that'll be it for the review. Thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a good day.